Hello, and welcome to yet another TRC podcast. I'm your host, Dane, and to my right, Levi Gates.
Dane, how goes it?
Oh, it goes. And to my left, Anthony Fisher. Wow, nice of you to join us, sir.
And it snows.
All right. Wow. Drink in hand, all that good stuff. He'll get wired up here.
Grab myself a little Mountain Dew energy.
Very nice.
Lovely.
Thanks to our friends over at Pepsi.
So,
good stuff. Good
Levi,
stuff.
any housekeeping before we get into our, usual
well, I just want to say thank you for all the birthday wishes. I had a great birthday.
Did you ever receive your presents?
Oh.
I got some presents.
Did you?
Okay.
Yeah.
From the
From
ones that
people?
were mailed into us.
No.
Hey, I think
Didn't
that
get any of
John
those.
opened them up and kept him.
He
them
probably
for himself.
opened them and was like, "This is people's garbage," and probably threw it away.
A box
don't
of
know.
nails.
We did ask for
Rusty.
just trash, so
Well.
you never know. But no, I got a beginner D&D game for me and the kids called Adventure
boy.
Quest.
My favorite.
Created by Wizards of the Coast, so that was fun.
Yeah.
I got some Reese's eggs, like Reese's peanut butter cups,
I love
but
those.
eggs.
Yeah.
Delicious.
I got to eat one of them out of the pack of 6 that I was gifted.
Just one.
Yes, Augie ate the other 5.
Oh.
All of them?
Yeah, without telling me. So when Carly threw
Doesn't
the wrappers
that,
away,
trip his alarm?
yeah, it did. And then so that was Okay, awesome.
All right.
I got screwed out of that present.
Okay.
My mother-in-law gave me $50.
$50
Pretty nice, yeah.
makes you holler.
I know. And then my dad and my stepmom got me a Pittsburgh 3-ton floor jack. Because I need to be able to lift the Suburban.
Right.
Right. So I needed something. 2.5 tons not going to do it. I needed a 3-ton.
Full on
So,
3.
Yeah. So very nice.
So you're now the owner of a new jack.
So I'm the owner of a new jack because my last jack was carelessly left when a certain Scotsman left the country. Carelessly left at this person's house, and I have yet to receive it back.
Borrowed
I don't think
Borrowed
I'm
it.
going to see it.
He borrowed it. He called me and said, "Hey, can I borrow it? I'm going to do this. I'm going to put this project on your vehicle, on my vehicle." And I said, "Yeah, here's my jack, buddy. Here you go." And I think I had loaned him a couple jack stands, and then he proceeded to the beginning of COVID had to leave town.
Yep.
Couldn't come back, and he's like, "Oh yeah, they're over at so and so's house. Okay,
And
can you send me
that
their
was
phone
that.
number?" And then they never sent me their phone number. So anyway, good news, new jack, feels good. But I had that other jack since I was like 16. So
right.
it was time to
time
to freshen up. Time
It
to
just
get a new
reminded
one.
me of when we went to Vegas and my jack got
Right.
stolen
Yeah.
out of our trailer.
Yeah,
did.
that was
Of all
great.
the things you could have taken, you take the jack?
Yeah, but it's nice. New Jack Day, I guess
Yeah.
like to say. So
Wow.
I was very excited to get that
New Jack
for
City.
my parents. It's going to complement my new tool set very well. So I'm very excited about this new. I need to clean and organize my garage. But that was a great little birthday. Enjoyed everybody who took the time out of their day to say happy birthday and
Of course.
wish me a birthday greeting. Thank you to you guys for singing. Thank you, Anthony, for getting a cake and getting me those
was
delightful gifts of
Least I could do.
Rain X and soda, Diet Pepsi, 12-pack of Diet Pepsi and some Rain X. So
Alex is right.
Yeah, Ragna
There you
Jack. Yeah. So anyway, as to actual housekeeping. Well, we don't have a lot.
No?
No,
Not
but
much going on? Well, actually, there's
next-
a ton going on. It's
yeah,
just,
so
we can't talk
there
about
is a lot going on. We do have a kickoff sale that's going to be happening here shortly.
Yep.
Where we're going to be getting ready for the start of detailing season.
Well, it's started detailing season. It's also, Pisces season as well.
Well, yes,
We
I'm
just
a
call
Pisces.
that Pisces season.
So, is that what we call it? Right. And so what's interesting about that, though, Pisces brings us into the month of March, right? Like you just said, detailing season. Right?
Correct.
End of February, right? You were on that cusp of what would be considered.
I'm a true Pisces.
You are a true Pisces.
Yeah.
Oh,
Are you
boy.
sure you're true,
I'm a
or is
20
it like cusp?
I'm a 24th Pisces.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Starts on the 19th.
So
February.
what's so going into this
my daughter is a
season-
cusp. She's a March 19th Pisces.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, going into this cusp is what you want to call it, right? This is where you kind of learn to deal with things, right?
Right,
And you
correct.
keep swimming, right?
Just
It's
go with the
something-
flow.
Where's
Just
this
go with
going?
the flow.
Just go with the flow.
So I'm saying that you should go with the flow
Okay.
with this
Like a
sale
fish.
coming up.
Ooh, I like it. Go with the flow with the sale. Liking it.
Wow,
Yeah,
that
nice.
was
It was
I
a
like the way
long
you made that work.
stretch.
But yeah.
It was a long stretch.
Stretching
Yeah.
that
But
Pisces.
it came back
Okay.
around, right? And so that's what we do here,
But
right?
the biggest thing is make sure you
That was
subscribe.
inspired, Anthony.
I know if you're listening to this, you guys have probably already subscribed to the newsletter, but please do subscribe to the newsletter. That way you can be up on it. Make sure that you're checking your spam and your clutter folders. If you are subscribed and you haven't seen an email from us, make sure you let your email know it needs to be in the inbox.
yes.
So that way you don't lose it, don't miss it. We don't
Seriously.
spam you like crazy. We only tell you when there's a good sale that we
Yeah.
want to save you some money. So
Not wasting your time.
we got that coming up here in the next week. So stay tuned. I believe that starts next week.
That starts literally
Friday?
we're
Thursday?
that starts this week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it starts this week. So get ready for that. We'll talk more about it on Thursday's Q&A.
Last day of February.
I know. It's crazy.
Well, and
February
big
always
one,
flies, though. It
like
always flies.
28 days away or so is TRC.
I know. We're into the last
2022.
month. We got TRC
Big
tonight coming.
Well,
deal.
what I like about TRCMA this year, much less stressful, right? We're all
We're all,
Literally
let's
nobody
make it
believes
bigger.
that.
Let's make it better. Let's make it the best thing ever.
No, we're all
People are so impressed it went well the first time. They're like, bet you can't do it twice.
That's taken us a year and a half to plan a second.
No, I just love how calm everybody is, right? Just no stress. We're able to go out and create fun videos for people that are just we're super ahead
Those
of
are
time.
fun. Those are actually fun.
Like it's not last minute.
Low
we haven't waited.
stakes.
Yeah,
Just,
low stakes.
yeah.
And then, I mean, honestly, and then just organizing the people coming into town. It's as easy as sending
Super
an email.
fun. You know, I booked over 50 hotel rooms, and I found out on Friday that only 7 of them are being used at the moment.
Cool.
So Gabe's sending out an email to everybody that is invited to tell them to book their rooms because they've got less than another week, I believe, before the hotel pulls those rooms.
Seriously,
So,
organizing
opens them up.
big detailing
And we had to-
personalities is
well-
like herding cats.
Well, one thing we had to do is we had to block out those rooms because of the fact that also we have a huge festival going on in Boise at the same time.
yes.
Treefort Music Festival is going to be
man,
happening
Treefort.
also
Oh, boy, yeah.
during that week. And so we had to block out those rooms almost 7-8 months in advance.
Yeah.
And they said, we can't hold them legally past the 15th, even though your event's not till the 28th.
Yeah.
They have to be booked by the 15th, or we're going to put them back into the open to the general
It's
public
like our
because of
own-
this massive music festival.
Our
coming
own
to
local
Boise.
Lollapalooza, if
Yeah.
you will.
So,
Yeah.
so to those of you that are listening to this, that maybe you're invited and you haven't booked your hotel rooms, to our VIPs that are going to be coming, though you guys are already square. You don't have to worry about that. Like Alex Dewar, like some of
We got
those
you
those
covered.
folks, we got them covered. But point is, the suppliers that are going to be coming to TRCMA, they need to book their rooms now.
Yeah.
I sent them the link. Great deal, such a deal, courtesy of our friends at Home to Suites.
The other plus side is like after doing TRCMA for the day, they can go watch some sweet live music. if
Yeah, they
want.
could. They can go wander around,
Like
go
with
downtown.
actual acts that people want to see and not.
Yeah.
They go out for a night on the town,
Yep.
right?
Lots of great stuff.
Wearing a mask, hopefully, because it's
Speaking
just
of, I also need to book our dinner,
yeah.
our TRCMA dinner.
Where are we
Thinking of Bardnay. Thinking about renting
So-
out one of the Bardnay rooms,
which is fun,
kind of like
right?
what they did for Gabe's wedding, the little building next door. That's what I'm kind of
the
thinking.
thing is if we all decide to go Dutch, we could eat somewhere nicer if you wanted to. Like, what do you think about maybe
Trying to think of a
pretty
place that we
nice.
can all fit in there.
Chandler's, Ruth's Chris,
Oh,
something
basement of
Nick-
Lake Uona.
Nick
I don't
said
even know where
something
that
in a
is.
language I don't
that's
even know
how
what that
fancy
was.
that is.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
He said
I
It's
know
a
where
stale
that is. Okay.
Basque
Yeah.
place.
the Basque place, like
Okay.
next door to Bardnay on the other side.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I'm offering
what
one
about-
side of Bardnay. He's saying the
What
basement
about
of the other
What
side.
about we get that back room at Barbacoa, right?
Oh, jeez.
That's a lot of money.
It is if we pay for it.
Also, I'm pretty sure sketchy stuff happens back there. So
I don't know who wants to pay for it, but maybe we'll take all our.
That's where we get to the end of the
don't know.
night. We all kind of look at each other and we see who's reaching for a wallet.
thanks, Andre.
No, I got it. It's the first person
Hey,
that really
David.
fights us on it that
Yeah.
says, "Hey, let me get this."
Okay.
We say, "You know what? Yeah, no, how
Let
about
you
it?"
do it. There's only like 50 people here.
They look at the. Oh my
Oh,
god!
wow.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it'll be funny. But we still got stuff that, like I said, things are still popping up. We've got signs that we're building for inside the studio that we've had to make more, and we've got to get those installed. We've got just a lot of stuff still, and we've got less than a month left to do it. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of work. So,
Yes.
it's going to be fun though. So you guys really need to tune in for TRCMA. It's the week of the 28th, final week of March until April 1st. So all 5 days, don't go anywhere. Literally sit in front of your computer screen or television,
No food,
stream
no
it.
water.
No food and water. Well, popcorn and Pepsi products.
For real.
We'd ask,
We've been shooting these amazing
slip into your
intros.
Brooks
Can't
running shoes
talk about-
and be ready for a great week of learning.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Just
awesome.
know, whatever you thought of the last show's intro, this one is going way
We took
over
it to the
that.
next level.
We really
Literally.
did. Soaring
So,
to new heights.
That's about it, Dane.
Yeah.
Realistically, we've got a couple. I think is there a couple new hoodies? The hoodies are on we've restocked hoodies
So we have these pink hoodies that were designed
by our very
by
own.
one of our famous designers, actually.
Yeah.
It was a pink whiskey hoodie.
Yeah, John
That's what it
Green.
is.
My
And
favorite
Chief's
pink
choice.
whiskey.
Yep, Chief's Choice. But we have some new. We do.
But we do have new hoodies. They're thinner.
We have new hoodies and we have new
Yeah.
hats on. And we also, I think, have a couple, not new shirt options, but shirt options in general that were restocked.
Yeah, we've done some refresh on some of them. So, like, there's the TRC Classic logo that you used to get. We did a refresh of it. Changed the color on the logo itself, so it's almost more of a grayish white cream on a gray shirt or a blue shirt. It looks really nice. Yeah. It looks, it's very updated. It's a bigger logo, so it kind of catches your eye a little better. And then, like Anthony said, we've still got the block tee. We've got all those all set up. But we also have the, like we said, the new whiskey hoodies have a darker sepia tone. Yeah. And then, gosh dang it, G.
Followed by a sweet message from Andre.
He's partially vaxxed. Just 2 shots. They don't need to be boosted.
Oh my
God. The new whiskey is a darker sepia tone.
Oh, okay.
Graphic on a black hoodie.
Yeah, there we go.
But it's lighter. So if you thought the last whiskey was a little too heavy, it was almost too thick.
Dense.
We made it in a lighter version.
It's like a summer hoodie. You
yeah,
can wear
it's more of a
any time of year.
Well, it's perfect for springtime. And then of course the new pink friendly hoodie. Yeah. So we've got those. You can pick them up and enjoy those as well. Some of the new shirts, and then we've got a new hat. I don't know if it's on the site yet, but it's blue. It's a TRC royal blue with a gray Rag Company logo on it. So pick that up. It's just a flat bill, simple, easy. Yeah. We do have some other stuff that we're working on that I think you guys will be pretty excited to see. So
some limited edition
stuff that'll be pretty cool to be coming. But anyway.
Yeah, that's all housekeeping. Turns out we actually had a bit to talk about there. But you know what? We also had some weekends. I'm sure you guys are more than happy to talk about.
I had a great weekend.
Levi, I feel like we went on an adventure hearing just a little bit of how your weekend went this morning. You want to fill us in?
Do you want to wait, or do you want me to start the show with that?
I mean, that's a hell of a way to start a show.
All right.
I think we need to hear from Levi on this one.
Get people.
Yeah. You guys getting ready? All right.
So, warm up.
Hope you got your Diet Pepsi sitting in front of you and you're ready to go.
Hope you got your diapers on.
Or your Mountain Dew Energy. Or your Diet Rockstar, ready to rock.
Okay.
Fill my heart, skip the beat.
Thursday was my birthday. My wife and I, we just had a little party at our house with me and the kids and my mother-in-law. We had some BT cake, just simple.
You had steaks, right?
No, we had Chicago Connection pizza.
Chicago Connection cheese. You had a mountain of cheese
delightful,
for your
delicious
dinner.
Pizza, right?
And chocolate cake.
Delicious pizza.
Okay.
And BT cake. So it was great. Good little time. Had fun. Played a game of D&D, the new D&D with my kids. They loved it.
What did they think of that?
Oh, they love it. They were so stoked for it. They literally said Friday morning when I woke up, we were eating breakfast, and they were like, "Are you so excited? Because this weekend we're playing D&D all weekend." And I said, "Well, we're going to play some."
Yeah. And are you the game master?
Yes. So
you're reading everything.
Yeah. So this game is built that like me and Carly and the kids could all play it together, and each one could take turns.
Okay.
It's very simple and easy for kids to play. And so it's perfect for them to get started in it.
So are you guys using figurines at all?
Yeah, there's little figurines. They come in 4 colors, and then there's 4 different 20-sided dice.
Or no board?
Yeah, there's a little board that you can build, and you can choose however you want to lay it out. So super fun. The kids have had a blast being able to pick. It's 4 different campaigns, 4 different adventures. So
who do you think is going to be the most powerful by the time it's all done?
I don't know. My kids still haven't quite figured out how to roll and how to hit with their.
Okay.
So like Augie's like, I'm gonna take this dagger and I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna throw it, but I'm gonna dip it in acid and I'm gonna throw it at the monster. And I said the acid is gonna dissolve the dagger before it hits the monster. So maybe you should hit him with your crossbow because you only have to roll a 5 or higher on your 20-sided die to hit him. He's only got 1 hit point left. And that crossbow will do 1 point of damage.
So what's it going to be?
It's pretty simple. But I like that they're using their imagination.
Yeah.
I think that's the funnest part that they're having with it. So it's been fun. It was good. We had a blast. So so then Friday, my wife goes, "We're going out." I said, "Oh." She goes, "We should go to dinner. I got a babysitter. Your parents are going to watch the kids. Let's go out. Let's go do some stuff." I said, "All right. I like this. This sounds awesome." So I call up Kyoto, Japanese restaurant that my wife and I like that's been closed for the last 2 years. They reopened, new ownership. I called them Friday, set a reservation.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, hello, yeah, you don't need reservations. We've got plenty of tables open, especially if you get here before 6. I said, perfect. Well, we'll be there.
Done.
Call my wife back. Hey, we don't need a reservation. We can be there before 6. They don't have anything booked or any of that.
And just some backstory there. Kyoto's, right? One of the older hibachi places in town, right?
Correct.
Very skilled people. I mean, these guys...
40 years.
I mean, when you walk into these places, these guys have beards, right? That have not stopped growing
That's not
since
true.
they've been hibachi guys,
No,
right?
that's not true.
Seriously,
Sometimes the beards get grilled.
No, one of the guys I went there looked like a wizard once.
Yeah,
He was trying to
I
cast
did remember
a
that guy.
spell on me
I do
or
remember that
something.
guy when he was there.
Or maybe he
Oh,
was just
man.
waving. I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
So-
but regardless, these boards that they're using, the hibachi,
The grill itself.
right?
Yes.
Seasoned.
How old? How
They're
old are
about
these?
40 years old.
Right.
Yeah.
They're older, about as old as you.
Yeah, they're seasoned
Right?
griddles.
And
Like
so
grills.
They
Wiz,
taste
like-
better with every
so-
passing year.
Being
It's
a
oh no,
resident
it's
of Boise,
amazing. All the food that's been cooked on those things.
Being an Idaho resident for the last 100 years.
Yes,
right?
correct.
Your family, right?
Yeah.
Since you were
My
a kid,
family, my parents have eaten there.
since you were a kid, you knew of this place that existed.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's insane.
So,
Yeah.
point is, really excited. Wife and I dropped the kids off, tell my parents that we're going to go to Kyoto. My dad's like, you guys are so lucky. It's the best place. I said, I know. I'm very excited. They reopen. Pull up, park. We're like, wow, this is really busy.
Yeah.
Walk in. I overhear the girl talking to the couple in front of us. Yeah, the hibachis are reserved till 9:30 p.m.
I'm sorry, reserved?
And I said, what? And she goes, we've got plenty of sushi tables open. And I'm like, hi, I called few hours ago and I asked if I needed a reservation and you said no. Yeah, that's because all the hibachis were booked, but you don't need a reservation for the sushi tables. And I said, no, you just said like I didn't need a reservation.
Oh, rude.
So we can't get into the hibachi. She goes, no, but you can sit at the sushi table. Well, there's no point going. That was the whole point, was to be there.
I could just
for the
imagine
show.
your kids
for
trying to
the
eat
show
sushi.
and the experience,
Yeah.
right?
No, my kids were at my parents'.
Right.
And so when they're real quick, what's your favorite part of a hibachi experience?
I just like to eat the food that's made on it.
The fanfare.
Yeah.
the-
But
I
do you
the
like the
ting,
show
ting,
at
ting,
all?
ting.
Like,
I do. It's fun.
Is
I have
there
a good
any-
time with it.
So what about if they try to throw a shrimp in your
No,
mouth?
they
What
don't.
do you do?
I say no, thank you.
You don't abide by that. Okay.
You're like, I'm allergic to
They go,
shellfish.
would you like
and as
some of
you're
this?
saying
They're
that,
like,
they
would you like
pop
some of
one
this
in.
onion? I said no, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what about the rice when they make those mounds of rice?
Oh, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love all
That
of
volcano,
that. Yeah,
yeah.
Do you
I
like
want
the-
all that.
Poor little.
Yeah.
Do you do
little
the
one
steak
there.
or chicken?
Steak and chicken.
You do steak and chicken?
Yeah, I don't mess around.
Look at this
So
guy.
I think
Turf
they
and
have like a
turf.
premium. They do have like a premium, like something. I don't know what the heck it was, but I remember they have like a certain steak that's
Yeah, it's
like
like-
a much higher
Ooh,
quality.
very nice. Anyway, I didn't get to eat there.
Oh,
So,
dang.
Cut short.
so my wife was then mad at me for not making a reservation,
Yeah.
and she was
But
upset.
they explicitly told you don't make
It doesn't
a
matter,
reservation.
Dane. So, point is, I was
Oh my God.
I was now upset that I was not going to get to eat at,
And you have a wife that's upset.
and I have a wife that's now upset.
And your
I'm
wife's
upset on your
she's
behalf.
hungry.
She's hungry.
Yeah.
She was looking forward. It's the best place. Her favorite place to eat dinner. Favorite place.
You're totally right, Gene.
And I have ruined it.
That's the weirdest thing, though, because
So-
the thing is that Carly enjoys the most simple foods.
Most simple foods.
I'm talking like
There's
about as
nothing
simple
more
as it gets.
simple than fried rice, chicken, and steak. That's all she wants.
Yeah, and so, but what's interesting though is because of that board and all the other things that are cooked on that.
Yeah.
you think that
Yeah.
she'd be picky about that, but she's
True.
not.
She's not. So one thing. So
Yeah.
So anyway, we
It all gets
leave.
burned off.
So we leave, and she's like, I'm like, well, where do you want to go now? And she's like, I don't know. You should have planned this better. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I think next teppanyaki restaurant is like 5 blocks away. Another staple of the city, but not the greatest. If like Kyoto's number 1, this is like number 7.
What's this one?
Teppanyaki.
Oh, teppanyaki. Okay.
So I call teppanyaki. Do you have any room available for 2 at a hibachi? No, sorry, we're booked until 9:30.
Wow.
Okay, so obviously we're out. The other places would be to go to like Sakura or somewhere else. That's not really. That's like one hibachi table in a sushi restaurant is what that is. Those aren't.
Yeah.
That's not a real place.
Sakura up
That's
on
a fake.
Chinden is-
That's a fake place. It's not even a real
They
restaurant.
have nice rooms.
Might as well be
there.
going to Yenshin or gonna go to
Well,
what's that
it's
place?
just-
Panda Express.
Well, the
for
thing
hibachi.
is,
That's what
correct.
I feel like.
Well, you go to the Sakana and you look at the hibachi table. It's not even scored. Like there's
Yeah.
like just nothing. There's no damage on that.
It's not old.
And I said,
it's like brand new stainless. I want that. It's like garbage.
You want, I mean, the thing is they have those big vents, right? The big air, the big fans, right? When you can see cobwebs on the fans.
Right, exactly. I want actual spiders totally falling into the food.
Yeah.
It's not point is, there's no teppanyaki available at this moment in time in Boise, Idaho, 6 p.m. So
what a bummer.
You should have asked me.
I know.
I got my teppanyaki board.
I know.
That goes on top of your stove.
I know. We should have come over to your house. Seen the baby.
I would have.
We could have held Lucy.
I would have done
the should have done all that. Yeah.
And then cracked it all over the floor and be like crap.
I actually probably would have had more fun at your house than
I'm like, dude, I suck at this.
It's a great show.
So bad.
Carly and I drive downtown, and we start driving by restaurants, and I'm racking my brain going, what restaurants haven't we eaten at that are good, that my wife will eat at, that she likes eating at, that isn't just a chain restaurant, right? Mm-hmm. So we're cruising through, and I was like, there's only a couple chains now downtown. Mm-hmm. And so my wife's like, this is not, I'm not happy. I'm like really not happy.
You both are hungry, both not happy, frustrated,
upset. So I start naming off places that I'm seeing. She calls R&R Barbecue. Turns out it's a chain.
Okay.
Right next door, it's in the old Geno's, right next door to Piper Pub, which is now Tupelo Honey, which is also a chain. Yeah. So I go, well, we could try R&R. She calls, and they're like, yeah, there's no way. You can just walk in. We didn't know. It's basically like a Kenny Rogers Roasters or something. It's
it's better than a Dickie's, though?
I like Dickie's better.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
And Dickie's is about as chain barbecue as it gets.
It's not bad, but I feel like average. I get more food at Dickie's than I did at R&R.
So that's where it's like, would you have rather gone to, what's that place over in Eagle with the pig? The Bodacious Pig
is legit. I like Bodacious Pig. Yeah.
I've never been there. I don't even know what that place tastes like.
Bodacious Pig rocks.
But I'm thinking...
Tri-tip sandwich.
Nick has something to say about Bodacious Pig.
Go ahead, Nick.
Chime in.
Go to the Rib Shack. Yeah, he's right, though. Rib Shack's
I just feel like what you're telling me right now, we need to make up for that birthday dinner for you this week, because I genuinely feel bad.
This feels heinously underwhelming. You had to
settle for literally chain barbecue, right?
Yeah. It gets better.
But the thing is,
there's a silver line.
The rest of your night can't get much worse.
Right. You assume that.
You've pretty much bottomed out.
At that point, that's what I feel. So we go in.
Bottom out birthday.
I pay $40 for barbecue for me and my wife. We sit down. The place is nice. It's a cute place.
Sure.
The servers were really nice to us. Everybody. I made myself an Arnold Palmer. Little sweet tea,
nice.
Little lemonade, sitting down. I ordered the peach cobbler. I said, we ordered our food, and I said, I'm also going to have the peach cobbler with ice cream. And she's like, oh, okay. Carly's like, really? You're going to go for a little dessert? And I go, I need something sweet to bring my mood up.
Right, yeah.
Kind of pissed right now. Yeah. Kind of mad. Mm-hmm. And she's like, oh, well, we'll see how this food tastes. Thankfully, my wife loved it. She goes, this was really good. She really enjoyed it. She ate it fast.
She's quite picky, isn't she?
She's very picky. Yeah. So I was like, let's take one of these backpacks off of my wife not enjoying the food. Okay, we're good. So we're sitting there. We're kind of talking. We're kind of calming ourselves down a little bit. Like, okay, we got some food in us. Wasn't so bad. What do you want to do next? She was like, let's go to Barnes & Noble and check out, let's look at some books and stuff. Something we used to do when we were when we were dating and when we were first married. We'd go have dinner and then we'd go to Barnes & Noble. So I said, oh, that sounds great. So getting ready to eat the peach cobbler. Take a bite of ice cream, take a bite of this warm peach cobbler. And I'm like, oh, this is good. Carly, you need to have some. Her phone rings. It's my dad. Augie's sick.
Oh.
He's not feeling good.
Oh, no.
He's super high. We don't know what's going on. So Carly walks him through a dosing.
Okay.
And they're like, he's not even getting up off the couch. So my wife's like, Augie's not feeling good. We got to go.
Yeah.
So we get in the car, drive back over to my dad's house. We get there. Augie's like laying on the couch, moaning, not feeling good at all. Stomach's hurting him. Whoa. He's sky high. His monitor, when he's over a 400 blood sugar, he's at high. And then we watch the arrow. Sometimes the arrow disappears, which means he's right about a 450. It's trying to figure out where it's at. Sometimes the arrow's up. Sometimes the arrow's down, meaning he's going up or down. Sometimes it's double arrows up or double arrows down, meaning he's falling or climbing high fast.
So for those not familiar, he has
this
diabetes.
So this is his monitor, his insulin pump is telling us he has super high blood sugar, and we've dosed him, and it should tell us that his body is coming back down.
Right.
It says high, double arrows up, which is not good, because that means he's going to grow. His blood sugar will increase by 20 or 30 points every 3 minutes or something. Yeah. So Carly and I are like, whoa. So we dose him heavy. Mm-hmm. We get him in the car. My parents then hand me my birthday present, which is my 3-ton Pittsburgh Jack. Yeah. I put it in the back of my car. I take Hadley in my car, Augie in Carly's car. Carly goes, do you have a thing that Augie can throw up in? I said, not really. I had my white Rag Company shirt in my car. I go, you can have this. So we got driving home. Hadley's just telling me stories, and she starts singing. She was probably the cutest thing. Was listening to her sing along to one of the radio songs like really well. My 10-year-old.
Sure. And
just having fun with her. And then Carly calls us a block away from the house. She's like, wow, we were almost home. Can you believe it? He's doing all right. He hasn't thrown up yet. And as soon as she says that on the phone, he throws up.
Oh, no.
All over the back of the car.
Like, are we talking...
He threw up. All of it. He threw up in one spot. He didn't, fountain it all over the back.
Okay.
He just threw up down like this, ugh. So it all hit the floor.
Seat or on the floor?
Seat and floor.
Ooh.
So just like a bad Saturday night for an Uber driver kind of deal.
Except without the $100 cleaning fee.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah. So Carly's like, so she goes, can you stop at Albertsons, get some Pepto? I'll start cleaning it up. And I said, don't touch anything. Oh. Don't touch it. I'll clean it. And she's like, no, I want to help. I said, just don't. So we go get the Pepto. We leave. We head home. Carly's got Augie in the tub. She's getting him all cleaned up. He's happy as a clam. Hey, well, I feel a lot better now that I expelled this demon. Still high blood sugar.
Oh, yeah. Right? He's riding
that
wave.
I give him an actual shot because I'm like, he is jacked. Mm-hmm. So I give him a shot to try and bring him down. That takes the arrow from double arrows up to 1 arrow level.
Okay.
But it's still high, and I don't have a reading. No. If I hook up his other blood glucose monitor and poke his finger, it only peaks at 500. It stops. It doesn't read anymore. Over 500 is a very dangerous territory for any child to be in or any person to be in for an extended period of time with diabetes.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
What happens is the body enters what's called DKA, diabetic ketoacidosis. The blood turns to acetone.
Ugh.
The blood starts traveling all through the body and hits the organs. When that acetone starts hitting organs, starts shutting organs down. Mm-hmm. Goes into organ failure. That's what kills. That's how diabetics die when they have a high blood sugar. So it takes a few days to do that, but once those organs start shutting down, it's bad news. So you never want to get it so high that the blood starts to turn. August has now been high blood sugar from about noon when Carly changed his pump at the doctor's office till now, and it's about 8 o'clock at night, right? Mm-hmm. So we get him feeling better. We put him to bed. I get done cleaning the car. I sit there and I clean out all the puke in the car. I take apart parts of the underside. I start looking at the seats. I'm going to pull the seats. I'm going to yank all this stuff. I'm going to see what I can do. Thankfully, I didn't need to do that. I was able to use Terminator. I was able to use Carpet Bomber. Mm-hmm. I was able to use my steamer.
Yep.
And then I was able to hit.
That puke must have been.
It was delicious. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you, the smell.
You just about added to the pot.
And then finisher. After I cleaned everything and wiped everything down, I sprayed finisher on everything, the peroxide, to kill whatever was left over.
Sure.
Then I left the windows down in the garage, turned the fan on, and let the garage kind of just try and dry it out. I go inside. I tell Carly I'm going to take a shower. She's like, oh, okay. She proceeds to fall asleep. It's 9:30.
Okay.
She wanted to take a little nap.
She just closed her eyes. She was kind of tired.
Just
a little stressed out.
A little power nap, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, she'll be back.
Little power nap.
Cat nap.
So I go out, watch some TV for about an hour or two, hang out by myself.
Mm-hmm. On your birthday.
Just hanging out, right?
Happy birthday.
Dosing Og. Mm-hmm. Going in, dosing him. Can't get him down. Mm-hmm. He's still, that arrow is just bouncing back up. It keeps going up like we're going to go to the moon with this. So I'm getting kind of freaked out. Yeah. So I go, at about 2:30 in the morning, I say, screw this. I'm going to change your pump.
Yeah.
So I pull out his sight, and when I pull his sight off, and I've connected the new tubing, the sight has a little pin that is a filament, subcutaneous filament that is injected with a needle into the skin, and then it sits under the skin. And then this little port sits on top and is kind of glued to his body, right? That sits there for 3 days and then drips insulin into his bloodstream. So when I rip that off, I look at it and it's kinked, which means it's only been sitting on his skin the whole time and dripping insulin onto his skin. So he hasn't been receiving it the way he needed to be receiving it.
So all that very expensive insulin was just
a waste.
Not just doing anything.
So I see that at 2:30 in the morning, and I go, there's the culprit. Put the new one in, make sure it goes in and stays in. Because sometimes when you pull it's got a gun that you attach it with. Sometimes when you pull the gun off, it will peel it back. It'll lift it up. And I think that's what happened is that when Carly put it on, it pulled it up, and then she pushed it back down.
Crumpled it up.
Tried to push it back down, and it just folded the needle. So, but it's so small. It's hard to, you don't know if it's in or out. So this time I pushed it down and I pushed on the center and then lifted around the circular part, and then I pulled it all off. That way I could try and make sure it was in before it came off. So immediately dose him heavy, a lot of insulin. He starts I stay up until I watch the arrows drop, and it's double arrows down. I'm like, whoo! Okay, see where he hits, right? I then go to bed. I walk into the room. It's about 3 o'clock. Carly wakes up. Whoa, oh my gosh. What time is it? What are you doing? Oh, I just changed this pump. It's about 3 o'clock in the morning. Here's what I found. Here you go. She's like, oh my gosh, I've been asleep? I'm really sorry about that. I said, nah, it's cool. I got it handled. Fine. I then go back to sleep. I wake up an hour later to my wife nudging me, hey, go check on Augie. And I kind of I feel like I got a little, I may have gotten snappy. I'm not sure.
You may have. You were up all night, it sounds like.
You're well within your right at that point.
So I just got up. I did it.
Oh.
I didn't complain about it. I went to bed.
Oh. Yeah.
Woke up the next morning to Augie walking in at a low 78. Hey, I'm low. We said, okay, go grab a snack. He goes back to sleep. Carly goes and climbs in bed with him. Over the course of the evening, though, before that 3 o'clock, Augie threw up 3 more times. So,
jeez.
So yeah, we're all trying to get funky. Yeah. So Augie threw up 3 more times in a bowl next to his bed. So that was what else I was doing, was cleaning.
None of those things.
None of those things happened. None of those things happened, Andrew.
Nice Daft Punk, though. Really appreciate the levity
really
we're bringing with the Daft Punk references.
So he was throwing up, and I was checking his blood. Anyway, it was a rough thing. So Carly switched at about 4 o'clock, climbed in bed with Og, took care of him for the rest of the night. When we woke up in the morning, he was very lethargic and very hungover, dehydrated feeling.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So trying to get as much fluid into him. We call the doctor, tell him what the story was. We're like, he was in over high for 12 hours. He's feeling like this today. His ketones are extremely high. They're almost black, like the ketone strips were almost black. And he goes, you need to bring him into the ER right now. He had DKA. He needs to be in the ER. And we said, what do we do to not get him into the ER? Because the last thing I want to do is take him to the ER and spend more money.
Well, and then they go, you know what? He's actually fine.
Right.
Well, I mean,
because I said, what are you going to do?
To the ER here in our country,
$8,000 later.
$15, right?
Okay.
$20.
Now, well, I have a deductible on my insurance, so I don't have to pay a lot. But
thank you, American healthcare system.
It's still money. It's still a bill that I don't want to have to incur. So I go.
But you also don't want your child to die.
I don't want him to die, but I want to know what they're going to do. So Carly asked, "What are you going to do?" And they're like, "Well, we're going to hook him up to an IV and get some fluids in him and give some food to him."
So what you could do?
So we just got to give fluids and food into him, and they go,
"Your own IV. Learn how to do your own."
Right. I needed to do that. Yeah. So I go, all right, so I go get the food that he wants to eat.
Yeah.
Cinnamon roll waffles, which is where we take the Pillsbury cinnamon rolls, cook them on the waffle iron. Oh. Very fast, very quick. They taste delicious. They also have little channels now for you to hold, little thirst pockets to hold your frosting.
You guys and your creative uses.
So I make those for my kids. They love them. And then I got some of the McDonald's style hash browns at Albertsons and threw them in the air fryer. So I get those going. As soon as I get them cooking, Augie's like, he's laying on the ground moaning because he's kind of a drama queen. Laying on the ground moaning. All of a sudden he goes, oh, it smells good. What do we got going on in here?
Okay, I'm done suffering now.
Yeah, no, that's what he did. Straight up walked in, sat down. We gave him some full flavor sugared orange juice. He was like, oh my God, this is so great. Because they said he needs a lot of sugar, he needs a lot of full carbs, and you need to dose him heavily. Yeah, dude, come on over.
Yeah, Andrew, just have a
Andrew, seriously, like
that's his house. I'm sure he'll help you out.
That's what he did. He was so stoked. He was like, yeah, this is awesome. And so that became the rest of the day was just hanging out with Og, and then
making sure it doesn't happen again.
Yeah, watched him really close, and then Carly at the end of the afternoon was like, oh, and so I'm gonna go out with my girlfriends tonight. I'll see you later. And so I was like, okay, yeah. And she goes, I mean, I could go next weekend if you want. And I go, no, it doesn't matter. Like at this point, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. What's gonna happen?
Right? It doesn't matter.
You need a do-over weekend. Is what you
need. So here's what I did though.
Not a birthday weekend.
What I did while Carly was gone, I got the kids. We played some D&D again.
Okay.
Got some pizza. Played some D&D. Then they went to bed. Then I coded a brand new GMC Canyon. Oh. Did a badge removal. Cut and polished it up, just touched up some spots, got it looking as fresh and clean as possible. It got the roof wrapped on it, and then I coated the whole thing in Legend. Oh. Looked gorgeous. Had a blast doing it. It's for my buddy Wayne. That's the new Les Schwab service truck.
Nice.
And then that was my night. Finished that at midnight. Watched some Vikings Valhalla. First episode of that, and then that was my Saturday. Carly showed up in the morning. She brought breakfast over for us, and on Sunday, and then we went shopping, got some stuff for my niece. I pretty much took a nap on the couch. Sunday, I slept for like 2.5 hours on the couch, snoring, to the point when I woke up, Augie's like, man, you were asleep. That was a long nap.
It's almost like your body was trying to tell you something.
Weird. You must have been really tired. No, it was good. It evened itself out, because then I got to cap it off having a birthday with my niece, who's born on the 26th. So we had cake at her house, at her parents' house. So I got another round of BT cake, big hunk of delicious BT cake last night. Wow. Some more vanilla ice cream. It was delicious. So it was a busy, stressful, hard weekend, but it also seemed to work out pretty good. Yeah. So, it's all right.
So you had a weekend. It was a birthday weekend, but it didn't feel like a birthday weekend. It was just a lot of stuff.
Yes, but I agree. I need a do-over weekend.
Yeah, you need a sequel.
I need to call my friends at Home to Sweets and see if they can help me out.
Get yourself your own suite.
Get my own suite.
You have your own night out.
Yeah,
is what you get. You get nobody, just yourself.
Sweet life,
and whatever the heck you want to do.
Whatever I do, So
some people call it cruising. I call it looking for a friend.
Oh God.
So anyway, that's Grant, what I need to do.
I'm sure this is a reference to something. I don't know Al Pacino and D&D references.
But Deadhead wants to come over for some D&D. Andrew's voice.
Andrew would be awesome.
Andrew's voice.
Play D&D on the beach.
Wow. I feel like that would be wild.
Yeah. No. For those who don't know, Dead Pedal there, Andrew, his voice acting is incredible. He will play all kinds of different characters, and you won't know what's coming next.
I'm very excited about that.
Take me to another world, Andrew. Take me somewhere.
See, Andrew. So I was a D&D bro as well,
He's
and I've been
training for this.
I gave all my old books. I had some 70s and 80s compendiums and handbooks and monster manuals and things. I gave those to my nieces in Utah. And they have them right now. They've been playing with them. But my kids have been really wanting to get started with it.
Okay.
And Wizards of the Coast, which is the parent company for D&D, have really been trying to get that younger generation in and get these younger kids in. Because I didn't start playing until I was like 13 or 14. Yeah. And it was difficult even then. But I played all through high school. But my kids, I really wanted to get them into it because I think it's a good use of your imagination. I think it's good use of problem solving. and it gets them a little. And my kids are quick with numbers, so I was hoping that this would like translate. So I bought the So there's the 5th edition. So there's a children's version, where they've made children's player manuals. They've made children's player manuals like adventure guides. So they have a monster manual, they have a spells manual, they have a weapons manual that gets them started in the lore, so that they kind of get to know it. And that's what I've been doing is I bought them those books, and they bring them with them all the time. So they already had a good understanding of what D&D is.
See, that was the hardest part. Was like I've been invited to do that stuff before, and I always feel like anytime I've gone to do it,
this game,
like with
you
my
guys
cousins,
could play, and you would have fun with it.
Invited me to a few games just to kind of watch it, and I had friends who were into it and stuff, and like totally got it, like the appeal. Yeah. The problem was I didn't know enough of like the background and what you can and can't do.
Right.
Every time I was asked, like, "Hey, Dane, you want to sit in?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And then I basically, without them outright saying it, I kind of got kicked out for being too creative.
Yeah. No,
They're
I can
like,
see that.
"You can't do that." And eventually they got tired of telling me, "You can't do that." So I eventually went, I guess it's just not for me.
Yeah.
Where I thought the game was one thing, and then when I tried to do it the way I thought I understood it, it was just incorrect.
Yeah. This game, though, is very simple, and it's the basic mechanics of the game to get them started. And they can learn, and then from there we'll start building and getting into like the actual game itself. So it's a good spot to start with. Like I said, it's got the four games, so they can kind of learn how to play it, but also how to learn how to DM, how to do some stuff, and we can go from there. So I think if I get them into this at least another year, then we can start building characters. Yeah, build our own campaigns.
G. Davis has a good point here for your setup.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've always talked about Dead Pedal. One thing I've been telling Anthony was that we need to create a D&D campaign that is purely Fast and Furious.
Now, see, that would be hilarious.
And that's because that's all it is. That's literally all it is. Like, and Anthony and I do this back and forth all the time with stuff when you guys have seen it on the podcast where like Anthony comes up with this.
Determine how powerful
he comes
your
up with
NOS really is.
No, but when he comes up with your idea, like we're gonna go get that container ship and it's gonna be us on jet skis. That's literally all D&D is.
Oh man,
it's, you got to figure out how to get there and how we're gonna do this and what we're gonna use.
Just a little Waterworld meets Fast and Furious.
Dane's
gonna
let the parachute off the back of the jet ski so that he can fly up on top of the container. Roll for initiative, Dane. Let's see if that roll is going to allow you to land on top of the container or you're going to fall off.
Roll a 15 or higher to make sure you get that perfect shift in a 4th gear.
Right. Or you're going to skip a shift.
Do that. Oh. Dead Pedal, you don't know how right you
roll
are, though.
Shift.
Roll the shift.
No, it's literally what it is.
The joke in the movies is they shift like 20 times, so you got a 20-sided die. There you go.
Yeah, so
it determines what gear you have.
But yeah, so it'll be fun to do. So we'll figure stuff out as we go. But anyway, so that was my weekend in a nutshell. That was it. Good stuff. Scott, my household's been playing Gloomhaven, another good one. Yeah. No, I want to get they had so much fun with it. Like they really, actually, I think I've got a clip I can send to Nick for later. So you guys want to go? Who's next?
Anthony, would you like to go? Mine's fairly simple and short, so I can save mine for last if you want to give yours. You feel like you did a little more than me this weekend.
I mean, I did some things, Dan, but I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so Friday, I took Friday off last week. I don't normally take days off, but I had planned for this day off almost like a month and a half ago because I was expecting that I had that day I was supposed to watch my daughter, but Katie ended up being home that day, and so I said, okay, well, I'm going to go out and I'm going to try to knock out some stuff I've been putting off, right? Sure. Knock out some car stuff and whatnot. So I said, pretend like I am at work. And she says, okay, sounds good. Do what you got to do. So I went out and I think Friday morning, washed the Civic, got it all cleaned up, right? It's been a while since I've given it a good wash, just rinseless wash, and then added Dreammaker to it, and it was just looking glossy as all hell, man. It looked really, really good. From there, I kind of went through and organized some of my towels what I've noticed. I've got towels from 3 years ago still that I need to
purge.
I need to do something with them. It's like, or just one-off towels that we get from testing. I just need to get rid of some of them because I'm not using them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the problem is that I have towels that if I'm not using them, I don't know why I have them.
Right.
Because what I typically do is me and Levi do the same thing. We buy boxes of B grade creatures, right? And we have those kind of on hand
For whatever you need.
whatever you need, right?
You have your old towels still in the dirties that you maybe didn't wash or you haven't used. They're stored and cleaned, but you're not using them.
But what happens, right? Like Katie could say, "Oh, hey, like we spilled something in the house. Grab a towel, right?
Right.
Bam, B grade creature. There you
Done.
go. Clean it up."
Yeah.
And I used to use it for random things around like the garage. Like if I'm doing like a brake fluid flush or something like that, I used to have those towels on me. And I typically throw them away, or if I can wash them and recycle them or give them away, I do that as well. So, so I went through and organized some of that stuff. Chemical wise, I'm starting to add up too many things as well. I'm starting to need to figure out.
I need to purge. I've got stuff I haven't used in years.
I need to purge. I have 5 liters of panel wipe.
Mm-mm.
Don't need it. I'm not going to go through that much panel wipe, right? I have like 3 coating projects probably in the next couple of months between my car, Jason's car. I need to do Katie's car. And I know there's a handful of people that are wanting me to knock out some detail jobs. I feel really bad. I actually probably should address that. For like since before Lucy was born, I have people on this list.
Yeah.
That said, hey, we want you to do it. And I said, yeah, no, the baby's coming. They're like, I'll wait. I'm like, how long are you going to wait?
You understand how long?
I'm like, how long are you trying to wait for? I'm like, because I'm probably not going to do anything until maybe spring, summertime. And they said, no, that's fine. I'll just wait and I'll keep waiting. And so I still have them occasionally hitting me up. Hey man, how are things looking? Do you want to knock this out soon? And so I need to just set some time. I have like several Evos that need to get done. I have one dude with a GTR that won't stop bothering me, even though I told him I won't do a GTR again because I just don't want to deal with that. And there's a guy with a truck who wants me to do a truck. I'm just, how do I say this? Motivation, pretty low. Probably because my body feels broken right now from improper, holding of my daughter. So, what are you guys laughing about? He's laughing at Deadpool here. Dude, need an extractor so bad. My couch, my truck.
Alex said he did a chemical purge this weekend too. Such a good feeling. Augie did a chemical purge. In the back seat of the car. So
Oh no. Well, they're still trapped in his attic. So
anyway, so in terms of detail, like I need to take on those jobs eventually. I got so much going on right now. So going back to the chemical stuff though, I need to purge a lot of that because what happens is sometimes what happens here at the rag company, right? We get a return, right? We get a 5 liter, we get a gallon or whatever it may be that gets returned to us, or maybe there's some type of damage in shipping. Bryant will usually come over here and say, hey guys, you have this extra bottle or whatever it may be.
Yeah, he came over with a couple detail factory brushes that were
it's a
scratched
leaker, or hey, this is an old label. Do you guys want to use it for studio use? Well, what happens too is sometimes we get so much where it's like, hey, does anybody want to take some stuff home because we have too much stuff here? We got to clear it out. So we're always like, well, of course, chemicals, absolutely, right? I'll take those chemicals. Awesome. Well, we grab a gallon here, a gallon there, and then it starts to add up, and then we're like, I don't know why I grabbed a gallon of that. Right.
Yeah, felt like I needed it.
Like I'm detailing every weekend, so I'm actively using the product.
You are using quite a bit.
Yeah. So I've grabbed a bunch of those gallon leakers of PNS products.
Yeah,
and I'm using them.
But I mean, if you were to have 4 or 5 gallons of bead maker, you're not going to use.
I'm not going to use that much bead maker, but I am using. I'm using a ton of Terminator, a ton of paint, a ton of Carpet Bomber, and a ton of Express.
Yeah, I know you said you were using a lot.
That was just on Saturday.
And that was just on Saturday, but that's what I'm using the most of.
Yeah.
And then I got some paint prep.
Yeah.
Surface cleaner, so I've been using that. So I'm going through actively, but like I have a lot of Pearl. I got like 3 gallons of Pearl that I haven't even touched.
Yeah.
Because I've been using Pearl. So I've got stuff, but I know where you're at. Like it's that. But you don't even detail as much as I do.
No.
And I have overstock of stuff that I need to get rid of. So I can't even imagine what you're going through.
It's just too much. It's just too much crap that I'm not gonna. I don't know. I'm just not gonna use it, and I just need to figure out something to do. Give it to a neighbor or something is what I think my plan will probably be. It's oddball stuff, right? It's
I was
not
just saying,
like
I'm
like,
sure we'll have volunteers in the comments, but it's not really
like
the
how
kind
do
of
I
thing where you
explain
ship
like
it
the
to somebody.
oddness of some of these random chemicals that you just think that you're just never going to use that amount, right?
Well,
like I
stuff
said,
like
I
you were
have
given
a
to
couple things
test.
of paint preps and panel wipes and dressings, and I have a whole thing of dressing that a gallon of dressing.
Well,
It's not going to go through that much
with
dressing.
the silicone shortage, you may actually find
I
that
didn't mean
you've got yourself a little
Sell that,
gold
right?
supply
No, I've got a
Part
gallon
out.
of Shine-All and
It's-
half a gallon of the 9M.
It's a chemical part out, right?
Yeah.
Like, hey, how much for that? So, anyways, clean up the Civic. Give it a wipe down. Use Dream Maker. Just love that stuff. I think it just for some reason, man. It's like in the garage, it's one thing. When you pull it out in direct sun, it's like it's amazing. So then from there, we went and took the car for a drive, looking around Boise, trying to find some nice quiet places to get up to no good.
Picture. Yeah.
Yeah, get a good picture. Not really videos, but just a good.
Which
good,
car
quiet
specifically? The
place.
Civic?
The Civic, yeah.
Okay.
You know what sucks, man, is that 5 years ago you could drive.
Lots of places.
You could drive to a place, it'd be dead silent, not a single soul. Why would anybody go over there, right? It's a roundabout, or not a roundabout. It's a what's that called? What do you call a circle?
A traffic circle.
Not a traffic circle, but what do you call like a
Cul-de-sac?
A cul-de-sac, yeah. Could be a cul-de-sac, right, in the middle of nowhere, right? Nobody's ever going to go over there.
Like an unfinished housing project
Yeah,
out in the...
or just anything. I mean, there's just a lot of spots where there was just not a lot of people, right? And now, it was a Friday.
Yeah.
I'm driving around. I'm like, holy crap, I can't escape these people, right?
No,
Boise
it's
is
very
not
packed.
as empty as it
I
used
cannot
to be.
escape.
Yeah.
So at this point, right in Boise, I do not have a spot. I need a spot,
Well,
a nice
like-
quiet place I can go.
The other day, I was driving
Yeah.
and I went and got some food. Went down to the McDonald's over downtown here.
Yeah.
Grabbed a cheese, a couple of chicken nuggets and some fries. And,
Sure.
and I thought, I'm going to pull a Dane.
Yeah.
I want to go find a spot where I can
Yeah.
sit and just enjoy and relax. And I started to drive around downtown and I thought, well, maybe I'll find a spot I can park, get a good view. Maybe I'll drive over by the river.
Sure.
I'll do something.
No?
No, I ended up in the parking lot of the DoubleTree or the Red Lion.
Oh, it's not good vibes. Yeah.
And I'm watching homeless people walking by. And I'm eating my burger and fries, and I'm like,
This is not
I
as...
should have just gone back to work. This
Yeah.
is not as fun as I thought it would
full as
be.
I thought.
And then I was driving back, and I was like, I should have gone to Simplot Park, to Whitewater Park. I should have gone there. That's what I should have done. So that's a beautiful spot.
Sure.
I could have
Yeah.
parked there, had a nice little meal,
Yeah.
enjoyed my time, done a Dane where I got maybe I listened to music.
Yeah.
Maybe I listened to a podcast, and I had my
Exactly.
dipping things.
You just...
I don't know, but either way, I couldn't think of anything because I was like, the city's getting too crowded. There's too many places to. Where's a spot
Don't
near
worry,
the river?
you drive
Yeah.
half an hour to 40 minutes in any direction, you're pretty much out in Nowheresville.
Yeah, but I didn't want to have to drive. I was on my lunch break. I just needed like a quick
I
hangout
know,
in
and
this
that's-
area.
Well, and that's kind of my point, right? It's like,
Yeah.
so driving anywhere close in town, you're not going to be able to find anywhere quiet.
Not
You want to
as
drive
much
20 minutes in either direction, 30 minutes in either direction. You'll get to somewhere.
Yeah.
But we live in a freaking desert, right? It's not necessarily beautiful in
Right.
either one direction, unless you maybe go up to Idaho City. But even then, it's like, now you're committed, right?
Well,
You're
if you
driving.
know where you're going, there's lots of beautiful places around here. But, truth be told, Boise is, what is it, the most remote metropolitan
Yes.
destination in the continental U.S.?
Yes, because
Because-
Seattle and Portland are
Yeah.
8 hours away.
Yeah.
Salt Lake is 5 hours away.
Portland is still like 7.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Seattle and Portland.
And, I mean,
That's really it.
even towns in the Dakotas aren't as remote as
Yeah, that's
Boise is.
the biggest population is Salt Lake closest to us. So that's
Yeah.
5 hours still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
So
4
strange.
hours if you're driving like a Salt Lake.
Yeah, 4 hours if you're driving like me.
Continuing on though,
Yeah.
so I eventually found a spot. It wasn't even remote at all by any means, but whatever worked. And so I did that. Took a couple pictures, whatever, hung out, but I'm still on the hunt though for a spot, right? So I'll just keep that in mind, right? But I think it's gonna be a motorcycle riding thing, right?
Yeah.
On a ride to find my location. one and done spot. Yeah.
Yeah,
something.
there you go.
So, and then the rest of the day, I came home and I think that night, I want to say that it was Saturday night, or no, it was Friday night. I came home, hung out for a little while, and then I went to the gym. Right, I've gone to the gym now. Right, to my new gym.
Mm-hmm. You've been working out.
I'm doing it. I've gone back.
Okay.
I'm back. No, I'm not back, but I'm getting to the point of a routine. Right, it takes 4 to 6 months to make a habit.
Yeah.
Right.
On your way.
I'm proud of you for doing that.
One week in. So, but kind of relaxed Friday night. It was nothing too crazy. And then it was Saturday was I think Saturday was the day that it looked like it was supposed to be nice, but the weather was actually super cold. Katie went and ran a couple errands, knocked out a few things. I took care of the baby. And Lucy, she's just... she's so freaking cute. She's started to make mouth sounds, like raspberry sounds, like she's doing that for extended periods of time, she's mixing that in with other things.
Yeah,
so
she could go from laughing to like a quick cry to that.
Yeah,
and I'm like, what are you trying to tell me right now? Like, what are you saying? And
because she's figuring out her tongue and her voice.
Yep, and she's just getting bigger, and it's crazy, man. Time's flying by, but it just
it's right next to Andrew. The aquarium is right next door to 2 bail bonds shops.
Yeah, it's kind of hilarious.
So,
honestly, it looks like
it's mostly a warehouse.
District,
it is. It's a warehouse.
But there's an aquarium inside.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird, but there's some cool stuff in there.
I've never been in there. It's a lot of money for a warehouse, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, Katie went and saw, I think Katie's mom and her, I think they went to go see a movie, Death on the Nile. Is that what it's called?
Oh, okay.
Something on the Nile?
Okay.
Something
based on classic literature.
In D-Nile, right?
Okay.
But I wanted to go see that Uncharted movie this weekend, even though it looks like it's,
Yeah. I don't know anything about it.
Some fun popcorn throwaway flick kind of
thing.
But
it still looks fun, right? Both actors, whatever. I'll watch it. It seems like it would be entertaining. But I am looking forward to seeing the Batman, though. That is the thing I am.
This week it comes out.
Very much looking forward to seeing.
I'm excited.
And then what did I do? I then Saturday rewatched some Jack Reacher just to laugh a little bit about the
a little fun
about more size comparisons, right? My favorite thing, right?
This time you mean the movies.
When a man your size walks into a town, we all notice.
Zip ties, the cuffs didn't fit. I'm like, his wrists are literally the size of her wrists. Cuffs didn't fit.
You know what? I think he's watching it again because he secretly likes it.
He secretly loves it. He secretly wants to be Jack Reacher.
He's just sitting there hate watching. It's like, he's not that big.
It's just stupid. I hate it.
Well, boy, he's going back to the gym.
How much it bothers him, though.
It's funny.
It does.
It's so petty.
Dude, call it whatever you want to call it,
It's
Dane.
hilarious.
Call it whatever you want to call it. Just stupid.
Honestly,
right?
it's a thoroughly watchable beginning to end, just straight shooter, moves along. Fun little, detective story kind of thing. It's a good time.
Yeah, something like that.
Is it the highest budget? Absolutely not. But is it fun? Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, Dane, I don't know. Something like that. And then I think Saturday night got myself some Chick-fil-A, man. And so have you ever been to Chick-fil-A on a Saturday night?
Yes.
Holy crap.
Packed.
Yeah.
Insane.
Hopping joint.
Grant's brother worked on Death on the Nile.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. That's pretty sweet. Insane.
Parrots and stuff. Yeah, thanks, Andrew.
I can't believe you're actually looking up local
parrots and stuff.
Wow. Yeah, that's a thing. Or birdie bird.
Yeah.
So then I so in the thumbnail, right, I actually installed something into my garage that I was really excited about.
Yeah, those jack holders.
The jack holders. Yeah. Yes, it's exactly what they are. They are a wall mount jack stand solution package deal, right? Yeah. So, as many people probably experience, you get a lot of spiders in your jack stands, right?
You do.
Yeah, no, it's like the perfect little area to weave a web. For whatever reason, they just love it.
Well, because ever since I was a kid, I've always known jack stands to be
full of spiders.
Dirty, full of spider things, right? Just spiderness. So, growing up, whenever I've bought jack stands, I've always stored them by the garage door, like closest to the garage door rather than the wall, by the house. Door to the house, because I don't want those spiders coming into my house, right? They can stay in the garage. But by nature of that, right, the first thing a spider does when it comes through the garage, Oh, a jack stand. Nice. Cool new house,
Looks like
right?
a good place to set up
Yeah,
shop.
good place to set up shop, right? And so
Cool.
every time I pick up a jack stand and I see a giant wolf spider run out from underneath it, or I see a black widow, which I've seen before.
As much as those suck, though, imagine like a,
but
a
wolf
funnel
spiders
web or a
aren't
brown recluse.
Wolf spiders
Ugh.
eat other spiders. They're not bad
So-
spiders.
and you are
Yeah.
correct, right?
Or
do
an
they?
orb
Do
weaver.
they
Look scary, but it's actually
do they scare the crap
no,
out of
they're
me?
they're horrible looking spider. They're
Because
scary.
they're the size
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
palm of your
They're
hand.
massive, yeah.
Right? And
To
not
which the
that big.
Australians and New Zealanders in the audience are just laughing.
dude, I had one wolf spider one time. I just got
I had one
chills.
that's I've had them about that big.
Yeah, I got chills at
That's
my back
big enough.
thinking about this time that happened. But I lift up a jack stand, right? Wolf spider shoots out, right? I had a broom near me because I was sweeping an area out. And I swept that thing out into the driveway, right? It rolled, right?
And then comes at you.
And then
it runs back
adjusted,
at you.
right? And started running back in the garage. I said, what kind of demon spider is this? Oh! Brushing it. I'm like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Brushed it all the way into the gutter.
Be gone, demon.
Oh my God, just stay out of my garage. But anyway, so put them on the wall, right? It's really easy to do. Basically, just a couple wall anchors, mount them up, and they hang up there on the side. So I did a very thorough cleaning of my jack stands. Used a little bit of Ulex to remove some adhesive from the stickers from Harbor Freight. Got them to where they're nice and clean looking. And they're $40 is what those stands are.
Yeah, I looked them up on Amazon after we got
Amazon.
off.
Yeah.
Super cheap.
Because I liked the way it looked, but then I realized I don't have anywhere in my garage I could hang them.
Your walls are full.
All my walls are full.
All your walls are full. Yeah.
So
I picked up some as soon as you told me, so I plan on hanging some stuff up.
The
I'm gonna have to
the
redo
spot
my
I
garage.
put mine is in the most convenient, easily accessible spot, right below my reel, right above my
Yeah.
compressor.
See, what I need to do
I can
is
just pull 'em off.
get some sort of jack holder and jack stand holder and build a new space in the garage to hold that.
Yeah.
That's what I need.
What I need is I
haven't unboxed it yet.
wall mount lawnmower solution package.
Oh, that'd be great. Oh my gosh. I would love that.
Just walls covered in grass clippings. This looks.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nick has the ego and
Nick
hangs
says he
his on
ha-
a
he-
hook.
Nick says he has the
Probably
ego
like
and
a
hangs it on a
bike hook or
hook.
something.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
I'll have to think about that.
But we're Honda bros. We like our Honda.
No, I like that too. I like that 4-stroke
1/6.
power.
I love doing my
two-step.
spring
Power
tune-up.
comes from the two-stroke, baby.
Yeah,
Putting
no,
the
I
new-
know what I do,
putting the
Dane, is I
new
remove
plug
the
in.
muffler just to,
Yeah.
get a
Open it up, give it a
breathing.
little power, a little red dragon, give it a
K&N.
little breathing, a little power.
K&N pod
no.
filter on there. So no. Besides that, though, I mean, I
that true?
feel like I.
Oh, that's a smart idea.
Interesting.
Spiders won't
WD-40,
nest.
spiders won't nest in it.
That also sounds like a joke, though, where somebody did that and then their jacks just keep falling every time they
Well,
put
it's
something
yeah.
on.
keyed.
That seems
It's
like
not
a
gonna
way to
fall.
hurt somebody.
I don't know.
Not gonna fall.
But no, I planned to do so much more, guys. Like this weekend, I told myself, I amped myself up because Katie said, "Hey, if you want to knock out as much car and related stuff you want to do this weekend, go for it." She's like, we have the help with the baby, because my mom's here.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. Well, it
Your
just
only brand new Honda.
It's the only new one he's got.
yeah, that's true. It's like yeah. But no, I don't know. It was too cold, man. The thing is on Saturday it looks nice, but you get out there and you get out there with the wind chill,
Yeah,
and you're like,
that
oh, I don't
breeze
want to
is-
be anywhere near outside. And then Sunday too, it was the same thing, another cold day. But the good news is that I think that
a good idea,
we
too.
might officially from here on out be out of the 30s.
Yeah.
Right? It's looking like we're going to be in 40s, potentially 50s.
Unless we get some weird, like, last-minute, end-of-season
it looks
storm
like it's
that
the
brings
end,
some
hopefully.
snow, I think we're pretty much wrapped up with that stuff, so time to switch the tires back, I guess.
Gee, Davis.
Yes.
Hate that
Yes.
so
I love
much.
that.
Well, hopefully somewhere that's big enough for him to reach, right?
Yeah.
He's a big guy.
He's a giant.
Want to make sure that he can get access to those, right?
Oh, people notice me.
Yeah. God, people don't just walk past me without
Sorry,
noticing
continue.
me. Cuffs didn't fit. Stupid show.
How much it bothers
Cuffs
you.
didn't fit. Stupid. They designed those
just trying
to
to
fit
get
the largest of humans.
Just trying to get a piece of that peach pie.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
guess
God.
so. He did
Best
get
in
a
the
piece.
state.
He got a piece of that peach pie. All right.
Took a while.
Anyways, That's it. That's all. I mean, that's all I got. I wish something more exciting happened for me this weekend. It just didn't. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I did do one more thing. Sorry.
You had a calzone?
No. Katie's car. Haven't washed it.
Oh, yeah. 6 months.
No, like I think it's seriously since the baby. I've not cleaned. I cleaned the inside. I washed the car right before the baby came. I washed it. Cleaned the inside. Got it right and prepared. I have not washed it since then. I don't think I have. And it was so bad. Her car's so bad that like she was walking by it, right? She kept brushing up against it.
Yeah, right in the dirt.
And more grinding of the dirt I saw, it hurts me inside. And so she said, hey.
Right, because you own that vehicle.
Yeah, she's like, do you want to clean my car? I said, well, I've been saving it for a video at the rag company, but scheduling-wise, I don't think it's going to happen. So, yeah, I'm going to clean it. So it was crazy, though. I took it down to the spray and pray, right, because I wanted to use a pressure washer and knock everything off first. That 4Runner was beating like crazy, right?
Yeah, well protected.
The last thing that was on it, though, was bead maker. That's the only protection on that thing. Mm-hmm. There's been no other coating, no other nothing.
And it's not like that thing gets babied by any means.
No, it doesn't, man. And so
and yet there are people out there who will say, oh, it went away after a day. It's like, no, it didn't.
It was weird, but it wasn't just me, right? There was another post in the Rag Company podcast discussion group, right? Same thing, right? Bead maker wash after the baby, after he had a baby and all life was crazy. Yeah. And he's like, dude, it was still on there. And it was still on there. So went through, sprayed everything, drove it straight back home, gave it a rinseless wash, and it just glowed again, looks great. I need to get some PDR done on that as well soon. But for the most part, that cleaned up well. And I don't know. My back hurts all the time now. I need to figure that out.
Well, maybe you need a Jack Reacher workout video.
I don't know what I need. I think I need either a massage or some type of adjustment because my posture lately has been horrible. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's put a big strain on what I'm able to accomplish. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what I need? I need one of those. What's those stretchers?
Yeah.
Like an old, medieval. Yeah. What's that called? Where they put you on the
rack.
A rack. Yeah. I need to get racked.
Well, you need one of those.
No,
you need one of those.
I think that's something
inversion. You need an inversion chair that my friends had in high school. Their parents did.
Yeah.
And so his dad would go get in there, and he would Velcro his ankles.
Yeah.
To this chair, and then he would just lean back, and it would flip him upside down, and he would stretch upside down.
Was this like old man version of gravity boots?
That's something? What it was, yeah. And he would literally. It was just this thing, and we used to do that where we'd be like, hey, have you ever been in that chair when a new friend would come over? They're like, no, and they'd hop in, and we'd literally flip them back up, and they'd be like, I can't get, I was trying to get it, your blood rushes to your head.
So I remember I think it was my friend's.
Yes, inversion table. There you go.
Well, my friend's dad, right? So what they did is in like one of their, what is that called in a doorway? What's that called? Where it's like it's sturdy within a doorway, but there's no door on it. The frame of a
door frame?
I'm talking about a door frame.
But it's called something else. There's another word for it, right?
Okay. A jam?
A jam, whatever the heck you want to call it, right? So my friend's dad, right, he had hooks in a jam, right, that were just these weird-looking hooks, right? And you're like, why are these hooks here? And there's like a bar, right, on each side. And what he would do is on the front, he would grab onto this bar and then lean back and hook his feet into like these like ankle hooks onto these other hooks and then hang there, right? I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
But it was like
letting the blood rush to your head.
No, it must have been something from like the 80s or some crap.
It was probably like a spinal decompression.
There were definitely some interesting workouts.
But this was like
from the 80s.
I mean, this is like when I was 8 or 9, so it would have been like 98, right?
That's not the 80s. It's the end of the 90s.
Yeah,
I'm saying that this was something that probably carried on from the 80s.
Probably.
Right. Could be a leftover.
Yeah.
You know, some people are holdouts.
Yeah, so he just swung himself up and hooked up on there. Like, what the heck? That's the weirdest thing, right? But that looks fun. Like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
But
till it falls on you.
Anyway, so that's what I think I need.
Okay.
Katie just walks in, sees me hanging, but I think the problem with those is that if you lay there for long enough,
you'll pass out.
Like you can't, or if you're in bad shape, how do you get back up?
Yeah, you have to do a sit-up to flip yourself back up.
A little help here.
Yeah. You know. No, that's what we would do is we'd put friends in it, and then we'd flip them over, especially if they've never been in it one time, and they're screaming, "Get me out! Get me out!" You flip them back up because they're like,
the thing is,
trying to get up.
Dane could do a spinal decompression, right? But still still somehow managed to put his head towards his feet upside down. Like, how do you have that much core strength? And he's like, it's flexibility and core strength.
Things are possible.
Oh, man. Anyway, okay, so that's all. I mean, that's all I got. And then I went to the gym last night.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
Well,
So
you
again,
got your workout after all.
got my workout in. Everything's going
very
well.
nice glass of beer.
Thank you,
from
man.
Levi there.
Appreciate it.
Dane,
G.
what
Davis
about
says
you?
she's walked in on you doing weirder things.
Oh, man. Okay, so my weekend, I took the opportunity after several weeks now of staying with my parents because my house was getting torn apart due to the whole flooding issue. I decided, you know what, this whole restoration thing is going to take a while, so why don't we just move back into the house? Because I'm mostly just, wow, gee, I'm not even posting that. So, basically decided after enough late nights of dealing with my dog and not having a dog door at my parents' house, is like, all right, let's move back into our new house, despite having only one functioning bathroom and, you know.
Okay, so you do have a functioning bathroom, because that was my question.
We hooked it back up, so it works and the water runs and stuff.
And it doesn't pour back down.
Correct. It's the lowest floor, so it's the first floor. The other floors are like blocked off right now, so basically all that stuff is just like kaput until, you know, we get to the fixing things part.
Do you have and is there a bedroom on that bottom floor or no?
There is.
There is technically, but it's actually my office.
Okay, so are you sleeping in that, or are you?
No. It's staying in what will eventually become the guest room. We put a bed in the guest room, and they had to take up a sample of the carpet in there, so there's like a chunk of the carpet missing. So in the middle of the night when I have to walk out, if I have to go take care of the dog or something, I will like walk on plywood or whatever and be like, ugh, and then I'll just remember, oh yeah, right, carpet, take it out there. Fun surprises. But I did take it upon myself this weekend to get a few things done. Because one of the problems I ran into was I had this whole setup, right, where the house was getting torn apart, and I just kind of had this mental block where I'm like, I can't do any of the projects I wanted to do at the house until this other stuff's done, because I don't want to be, brushing all the sawdust off and whatever they're doing. I just don't want to deal with that. Like, it feels dumb to like get this nice new clean thing out there and have it just get messed up immediately by, guys coming in and out of the house. I don't know. But then I kind of decided, we're going to be here. Why don't I just do it? So one of the things was this new house I got.
Change all the light bulbs on the outside.
No, I didn't do that. As tempting as that may be, I left it alone. I have sconces I plan on installing here soon to replace the aging LED floodlights that are out there that flicker a lot and I hate.
Yeah.
But they do their job for now. So I'll replace those sconces eventually when I can just turn off the power and do that.
You don't need to do that, though. You just turn the switch off.
I could do that, but I got a voltage. Liz, I got a voltage.
Don't turn this off. Don't turn this on. I'm out here.
Please, God, don't do that. So I basically cracked open one of the boxes because in my new house there is a bunch of new interesting stuff. Like the kitchen's great, but there's way fewer cabinets than I had at my previous house, which was like Rambler starter home type thing. But in this new place, despite being a bigger house and a nicer house and all that, has fewer cabinets for whatever reason. It's just like, okay, there's no pantry. We can't.
Yeah.
That's weird. Pantry. It's weird. Yeah. So I had to look on various sites and find something. I looked around town, found some hilarious solutions for a while there. As I mentioned to you guys, somebody like offered up like, here's an armoire for $1,200 that you could then turn into a pantry. I'm like, that looks cool, but I'm not paying $1,200 for a place to store my potato chips. Yeah. So I found on Wayfair for about like $500. I found a flat pack assembly kind of nice pantry that has a spot for a microwave and a coffee maker and lots of cabinets on
Carly
it.
and I did that in our first house. Same thing. No pantry. Very strange.
Yeah, it's just like
cabinets, but no pantry. So we did that. We created we bought an IKEA flat pack cabinet, and that became our pantry, so to speak.
So I basically right now I have the coffee maker, the microwave on the countertops, but I'm like, I want to move that over, put it over here, clear out some space. Just becomes nicer, more amenable to hanging out. So so I actually assembled that this weekend. Took quite a few hours because everything is slow going. What I hate though is when they get the pre-drilled holes for like laying out the rails for drawers and stuff. Mm-hmm. Everything, it took me about half an hour to dial in the cabinet doors to get them exactly perfectly aligned, of just like loosen this, tighten that, loosen this, and get it just right. But then I got to the drawers, and as I put the drawers in, one of them was hopelessly off. Like everything else is straight, but one of them is just, it looks kind of embarrassing, like I didn't know what I was doing. What I realized was the pre-drilled holes in this flat pack design were like a couple millimeters lower on one side than they were on the other. And it was through no fault of my own of getting this stuff lined up. It was simply too low on one side. So I made the whole thing look janky. I'm like, oh my God, how do I? Because once it's all put together, I don't want to take it apart just to go and fix that thing. So I'm thinking maybe I could just slip something on the rail to kind of lift it up or whatever. I don't know.
Dane,
I'll have
just
to do something
re-drill
like
it.
Yeah.
Telling you to take it out.
Yeah.
Bring up take that rail. Right.
Yeah.
I've done this.
Fill it with, you can fill those holes with wood toothpicks, and wood glue.
That's true.
So where they were drilled, you can take a toothpick and squirt some wood glue in there, stick a toothpick in, stick another you fill that hole with toothpick because it's wood, and then you just break them off on the end, and then you have a new fresh piece of wood technically, and you just reset your holes and drill it again. That way you've got wood there and glue that is...
That's a good idea.
It's on the
Make it
inside, though.
presentable.
You're never going to ever see these holes.
No,
you won't see
and
it,
the
but
thing is, like, right now, it's functional. Even though it's cockeyed, it is functional. It doesn't rub against the others, but it's very
Dane,
close. It
were you
looks
put
wrong.
as a man, right?
Yeah. It looks
who's
frustrating.
become a father in
when
the
I watch
last
it.
year, right? I have assembled
A junk drawer?
an insane amount of crap, right,
okay.
in this last
Yeah.
year, right? Everything from cribs to day beds to whatever the heck you want to call
Furniture.
them, drawers,
Yeah.
desks, tables, side benches, more dressers, and things like that.
Hi, Dirk.
Dane, how are you assembling? Were you assembling this by hand using a
Yeah,
screwdriver?
I'm assembling by hand using a modular screwdriver and just kind of listening to a podcast as I work. Same way I have my lunches, I just vibe out when I'm doing this stuff. I don't care how long it takes. It's almost therapeutic for me to just go through the motions of doing this stuff. What I did enjoy, though, and I realize some people are like, I just got to get it done. I got to get it done. I'm not like that. I'm just like, I go at my own pace. I get it done. When it's done, it's done. And I move on with my day. But what I enjoyed was, in this particular one, the flat pack design, it came with a set of instructions that were the sassiest instructions I've ever seen included.
I love a good sassy instruction.
Where it was literally like mocking you for basically it says, okay, here's the part where you're going to design these drawers, which, is probably where you're inevitably going to throw all of your crap, unless you're one of those organized people. And then it literally wrote, eye roll. And I was like, are you kidding me? This thing is like, okay, no, there was a lot of stuff like that where I'm like, somebody who wrote this had fun.
So they probably had fun, but where I think you went wrong, Dane, one of my favorite things.
Tell me where I went wrong.
I have
wait.
I have a stubby impact driver, right, for these types of jobs, right? That impact driver.
Gee, it's an opportunity to read between the lines.
So I'm telling you right now, man, that little stubby impact driver I have from Milwaukee, right?
Great,
Not
No, that's
sponsored.
cool. I would probably
I go
use something like
"Bzz,"
that.
right when I hear that couple click from that impact,
I
right?
know you've done it.
I know that's stuck. That's good, right? Everything I've built to this day, Dane, telling you, solid, rock solid.
Okay.
Much more solid than that of a screwdriver, right?
Well, this is a pretty tight space for an impact driver. Maybe if I got one of those like little like
it's a stubby.
skinny
I'm telling you,
ratchet straw.
it's like a little like.
I could probably get a small yeah.
Yeah, it's
Maybe,
just like
maybe
that.
not.
It's not big. It's not big.
Just
I'm
like
telling
that.
you.
Yeah.
And you can get it into tight spaces all the time.
Yeah.
And work it in, man.
Yeah.
And you
All
just
right.
go bam,
Well,
bam, bam.
Yeah.
Perhaps
it out.
I will invest in one of those this week, and I'll go back and fix that thing.
Something
I like
to
it.
think
I
about.
like it.
But point is, I
It
just
can
vibed
drill
out.
and screw.
That's
right?
the best thing.
Yeah.
Best-
It can
best
drill,
thing.
screw, and hammer at home. That's
Oh.
the function of just an impact in general, right?
Well, that's always the function of an impact. You always want to be able to drill,
Oh, yeah.
screw, and hammer.
Hammer at home, baby. That's how I like to do it.
So, handling some other things around the house, getting various, Ring cameras put up outside the house, because one of the problems was my dog found a way to escape from that yard.
What? No
It was
way.
a fully secure thing. Turns
She
out
broke out.
there's a section of it that looked the same as every other section, but that fence looks good from a
Well,
distance.
she is quite the escape artist.
you get up close.
and that's her job. When
Yeah.
she finds a spot that she can get out,
She
she's gonna
is
get out.
So clever, and
Yeah.
she loves it. She thinks it's a game, and then
Yeah.
she eventually comes back. But that fence, while it looks good from a distance, you get up close, there's one part of it that had separated from the main post, so the bottom part just flapped And I never saw it because I was testing.
Sneaky girl.
When she got out the first time, I was like, oh my God, how'd she get out?
Girl.
And I'm walking around the yard knocking on every single upright.
So have
just
you
to make
decided
sure.
to electrify that fence yet?
Hold on, we'll get there.
Probably deter it pretty quick.
Yeah, so I went to Home Depot. I picked up some boards, got some deck screws, stuff like that, and I'm just like, okay.
You could have used the stubby Milwaukee
Could've.
Impact.
Also,
Another reason.
Also another good
More screw
opportunity.
So, Dane, as a homeowner,
Yeah.
I'm going to let you know in a little secret. Buy a tool for the next job you're going to do, for the job you're going to do. That way you incorporate the cost of the tool into the next project.
Now that's
So when Liz goes, how much did that all cost? And you're like, oh, that was like a $500. I had to fix this. And she's like, you got a couple boards and some screws. And you're like, yeah, but I also got this Milwaukee stubby impact wrench and battery set along with these extra bits and all this carrying bag and an extra couple batteries and this other tool. But it's going to make it work for everything that I need to be able to do. And she'll
Here's
go,
the thing.
oh, okay, makes sense.
I've not installed my little holder planks yet. I have them in the garage, ready to cut them up, put them to size, drill them in there, whatever. I haven't done that. What I found worked in the interim.
Do you have a skill saw?
Was I don't have a skill saw. I have regular hand tool saws.
Get yourself a skill saw.
I know.
We'll call our friends at Skill.
Oh, basically, I took my Bridget curb ramps and I wedged them in a gap between a very tall sprinkler head and the fence.
Nice.
And I lined it up, and it's hidden behind a bush, so you don't even see it from the
even
driveway.
better. Nice.
But as my temporary solution, I put one there, and those things are heavy. If you don't know, those things weigh like 60+ pounds each, and there's 3 of them. So I put one in there, and I went and tested the other side, and I'm like, okay, that barely moves. So I went and got another one, wedged it in there. Like, I'm shimming it now.
Yeah.
So as I put them in there, I'm like, oh, there's no way she's getting out now. So as my temporary solution, that'll work.
Until you get those boards
until
cut.
I can actually do the boards. Yeah. And then I went and checked around the rest of the yard, and I'm like, okay, are there any other secrets waiting for me? So I'm like testing the bottoms. Some of that fence, while it looks good, there's some parts that are loose. Has me a little nervous. Think I may need to redo just that front part of the fence.
Another reason. So we're going to need
more screws.
We're going to need
and more Milwaukee impacts.
So we're going to need a skill saw and some Milwaukee impacts, and we'll be ready to rock.
I
cut some boards.
Don't particularly care for the upright fence style. I like the horizontal fence style, and with the metal posts with the drop-ins where you put the boards in between. I like that look.
Okay.
I want to do something like that just for the part on the side of the driveway.
Horizontal posts.
No, horizontal boards with the metal upright posts.
He wants to do boards.
I want it to look fancy.
He wants it to look like this. Like
I want the modern style.
That's so expensive though.
Oh, I know, but if you do it yourself, you get the posts and you line them in.
Another reason, Dane, you get all the stuff.
The main problem is these posts are rotting right now. Yeah. So by replacing it with metal posts, I don't have to worry about that anymore.
I agree.
It's only 20 years. Well, I guess it's 20 years. 20 years after a fence on a wood fence.
Some of those screws are just coming out a little too easy. So I think in the next
chain link with slats.
Oh, that'd be ugly as hell.
Ooh, no, that's what my backyard is,
dude.
My whole backyard is chain link and slats.
Why are you trying to make my place look like a junkyard? I'm not.
It's the best for if you were to throw a ball against it, right? Because it just comes back every time.
Now you're right about that.
Right now, my kids cannot destroy my fence. So that's nice.
And that is true. That is a very good.
I'm just waiting for Augie to figure out how to use cans of spray paint, and all of a sudden I've got a graffiti wall in the back of my...
Oh, God. As soon as he figures out spray paint cans,
some hooligan tagged her backyard. No, that was Augie.
That's Augie. It's got an A. No. There's an A in there. You see
apart from that stuff, I did some basic things around the house. I ran some errands. I got some furniture. I got a new dining room table. Oh, thank you, G. Yes, perhaps I'll have Luke and Alex erect your bed. That would be nice. That would be very nice. But
for some reason, I feel like Luke would take on that project.
Luke probably just do that.
Carrying like 50 boards on his shoulder. Luke, how are you doing? He's like, I'm a big guy, right? I'm like, you are a big guy, bigger than Jack Reacher.
People notice
Jack
him.
Reacher. Yeah.
Oh God. So on I think it was Saturday morning, I went to go pick up the second hat because I went to Scandinavian Design and I had stuff. Part of my order came in. I have a bed frame coming, but I also had the dining room table and 4 stools. And I love these things because it's the same as what I had my coffee bar thing made out of.
Very nice,
table. It's that, but it's in a 4 square, so it's just like a high top. Same nice wood and everything. Same stools, but it's taller, so the legs fit a little better underneath. It's perfect as a dining table. I went to go pick that up, but it all comes in boxes. So like when we're shipping buckets and it's like, you're shipping air in a box. the boxes for this stuff are huge because they put 2 stools like that in a box, and the box ends up being like 7 feet long. And yeah, I fit that stuff in the back of my van.
Very nice. Very nice.
Very, very cozy fit, but that van can do it. So anyway, I had 1 box left to get that didn't fit that I had to go back and get on Saturday morning. And I passed your truck sitting at Les Schwab out in the parking lot as it went by. And I was like, that's cool. I guess, I forgot that was the Les Schwab that you like to go to.
Yeah, it's my Les Schwab.
Yeah, that's like the place.
Sponsor of the Ragnarok. So it was sitting out there. I had a 5-wheel rotation done.
5-wheel?
Yeah.
Because he had the spare done.
Because I had the spare added into the mix. Because I've got a 5th Mamba with a 5th Razor MT on it.
Oh, that's smart.
And so I do a 5-wheel
makes
rotation.
sense.
So when I do a rotation, I take the spare in because it's not on the vehicle.
Yeah.
I take it in and I have them rotate it too, just so it stays.
It keeps everything on the
consistency.
same level.
Yeah. So
it actually gives you a little more.
But that's what I was coding was the new Les Schwab truck. So I just traded vehicles.
Okay.
That way.
Alex, they know me there. They're getting to know me there anyway. They're like, oh, you're the guy with the weird van. That's cool. Yeah, no, that's how.
So did you go to the outlet or did you go to the Scandinavian Design? Did you stop at my Jackson's, my extra mile there and get yourself a soda?
Yes, they have that there too.
Did you get one of those?
I got an energy drink.
Oh, very
but
nice.
Basically,
Say
the
hi
way
to
they
my
have it
girls.
set up is there's the main Scandinavian design store. That's where the nice showroom is, all the things. And then they took over a shop code that's just up the street that they then turned into the Scandinavian outlet where they have stuff that is ready to pick up that day and take with you if you so choose. The way they worked it out, though, was probably because their delivery dock at Scandinavian Design was relatively small.
Yeah.
They've now turned it into when your stuff arrives, it shows up at the outlet. So it shows up at the back with a big loading dock.
Yeah, they got a
and all
big
that
area
stuff.
they can do
And that's
that.
where I got to pick up my stuff at. I'm like, oh, this is different. So you drive like around the Jimmy John's in the corner, you get your stuff there. And the guys at the back are like, oh, okay. You're and they're like, oh, thank God you brought a van, because they're like, man, people show up in the dumbest cars to haul stuff away.
I imagine so.
And he's just like thank you
Miatas.
for actually bringing something that can haul things. I'm like, no problem, dude. I know what I'm doing. And he's just like, no, like people have showed up in Fiat 500s to take like tables away. And I'm like, well, how does that work? He goes, well, it's a convertible, so you can kind of guess. And I'm like, oh God.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can get the idea. So anyway, that was that. But other than that, I mostly just did little house projects. It was weird being back in the house after not being there for a while. It felt foreign, but at the same time, I love the vibe of that house. It's so cool. And evening and night, just looking out at the sunsets and stuff. It reminds me why I wanted to go in there in the first place. And yeah, I'm so excited for when it's actually done and set up. But yeah, eventually I'll get there. I still got to deal with a lot of torn apart bathrooms first. But apart from that, I watched a few things. I watched Kingsman, finally, the movie, which is like the prequel to the other ones.
It's like 4 movies in one.
Do you agree with us?
That was a trip. Yeah, it was strange.
It's almost
because
too much, but it was just strange.
It almost would have worked better as like a series.
Yes.
If
What
they
do you think about
Rasputin's
Rasputin's dance?
I loved Rasputin's
best
dance.
fight
That
scene.
was awesome. That fight was great. But yeah, no, just like some of the other stuff in the Kingsman movies, the first one I feel like stands alone as its own like beginning to end great thing. Second one is like it's a little goofy at times.
It's
I mean,
good.
they're all goofy, but it's not the fun kind of goofy. It just feels off. And then this one felt like not the same sense of humor as the other ones, really. But it still functioned really well if you just condensed some of it into a shorter, tighter story. But I did enjoy the segments where clearly they took their time to choreograph stuff. It was fun. Like that had the vibe of the other movies. But I would give that like kind of a mid-grade because the stuff that was slow was really slow, but the stuff that was engaging was really engaging. So it was just kind of a back and forth there. I also watched Book of Boba Fett. I made it up to the second to last episode.
Okay.
So, now I just have to watch the last episode and then that's it. A lot of people said that was mid too. And I actually found there's some longer parts. I could see where people who maybe enjoyed The Mandalorian might find this one a little drier.
I think the last
boring.
3 episodes really
But the
finish it off.
last 3 episodes, one of the episodes barely had Boba in it at all. It was just, surprise, here's a different character that you might know and remember, and we're going to hang out with them the whole episode. And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I actually found I've enjoyed kind of the lore, the world building and stuff it does. So while there are some knocks I could give against it, I did find it enjoyable ultimately. And then apart from that, I'm just excited for the Batman. I really want to watch that. I'm stoked for that.
I did order a calzone for G. Davis in case he's wondering.
Very nice.
The Little Caesars calzone. It's mostly grease.
Little Caesars has a calzone?
Yeah, it's part of their Batman.
Little Caesars is still alive?
Yeah, it's part of their Batman. That's what G said earlier, was he's like, I'm worried about the Batman because Little Caesars is the only advertising I've seen so far for it.
I wonder how much they had to pay for that opportunity.
And it is a Batman logo, and it is hilarious. But it's okay. It wasn't bad. Like, I bought it. It's not good.
You know who
It's
has
just not
good
bad.
calzones? Grimaldi's. Grimaldi's
has pretty good.
delicious
Yeah.
calzones.
Yeah.
All right,
Not
Dane.
a zone.
That's
Speaking of
pretty
food,
much it, though.
I'm getting hungry
Yeah,
myself,
you're
so
getting
I'd say take it
It's about
away.
lunchtime. So, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I realize my stuff isn't quite as interesting as theirs, but hey, when you want your HGTV episode, just call me up, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll take forever, and you'll get bored, but it'll be worth it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you who tune in every single week to just see what we're doing with our weekends. I mean, you don't have to do that, but you do it anyway, and we really appreciate that. You're fun. We love you all.
Thank you, G.
Thank you, G, in particular. I can't always show your jokes, but man, trust me, I want to. They're hilarious, so don't stop doing what you do. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you're not subscribed and you're new here, subscribe.
There you go.
We do our thing, and if you liked what this was, tune in for more every single week. And of course, as you know, Q&A Thursday is coming in hot on Thursday on the main channel, the Rag Company YouTube channel. And then afterwards, they find their home back here on the Rag Company podcast channel after they have a day or two to air there. So you got it. That's it, guys. Have a great week, and we'll see you on Thursday.
See you guys.
See ya.